Hey guys, it's Krishantiw with Krishantiw.com talking all about psychic development and spiritual and personal growth. So if you like this subject, hit the like button and subscribe because I do a new video every week. And have I got news for you? Although it's not like exciting news, but it's kind of funny. Just before I started to make this video, which is all about angels and my personal experience with angels, I was going to put my little gold earring on. I'm wearing this gold rose earring that I had made. So I had these earrings made in the shape of a rose out of real gold because I love the rose. It's a very spiritual symbol. And when I learned how to be clairvoyant, we worked with a rose as a tool to activate those psychic and clairvoyant pictures. So the rose is a big deal to me. So I was like putting a little earring on, I'm like, with my little black roses headband. And I dropped it down the drain. The freaking gold earring I had made, shoom, down the drain, which I also had a feeling was going to happen with the old intuition. I'm like, oh, one of these days I'm going to drop something I really like down the drain. And there it was. And so I'm like, I'll have this all set up. I'm supposed to be making another video. And I just took apart the drain and like was praying. So I'm like, please, my guides, I have this one guide I work with. And I was like, please help me, or bring someone that helps me. I know nothing about plumbing. I'm like, I had these gloves on and I'm screwing and banging. Like I tend to like bang things like a monkey when I don't know what to do. Otherwise, it's funny. It's very, very primal of me. I'm like banging and twisting and like, voila, I just stuck with it. And I kept like sort of really like praying to connect, like, please, because I love this earring. And I got it unscrewed. It was a freaking miracle for reals. And there's all the dirty, yucky water, and there was the earring. So here's the other one. And it's so funny, I was about to make this video about angels, and this whole thing happened. Very yucky, the whole, plumbing. I mean, I don't know anything about that, but in this case, I asked my guide to help, and I totally feel like I got that help. But as for angels, so I received a request to talk about my personal experience with angels. What I love about angels is they are here to help, like no matter what. When you call them, they come. They're very real. They're just so present. I don't know how else to express this to you. And I'm not your typical like believer. Like I have to really experience something to believe it. And let's see how it all started. When I started learning how to be psychic and learning about guides and everything, I didn't pay much attention to angel stuff. It wasn't until I was working in this healing center and the energy was mucky that I started learning about Kabbalistic protective techniques, including the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, which is where you call the 4 major archangels in. And I started to notice, like when I did that and I called them in, that the energy shifted and I felt a presence. Then, let's see, that started. And then I went through some difficult, just energy stuff. Like there are some really negative energies out there. And when you get into doing the psychic thing and you just jump in, you can be exposed to that. And I was. And once again, what really got me through that and helped me heal was connecting with the angels. And I usually tend to work with like the 4, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. And Gabriel is, I like to feel like he or she, they're kind of like shims. Like I don't think they're really masculine or feminine, but we tend to attribute those qualities. But I connect with Gabriel because she is the element of water, and I'm a water sign. And I find Gabriel's energy to be very comforting. Now, when I was going through some loud banging outside, sorry. When I was going through this energy crisis, and I was really working with Gabriel a lot and praying and asking for signs, the signs I would get were immediate and very loud. And I got into like the more like Kabbalistic aspects of connecting with angels. One of my favorite authors about the Kabbalah and angels is Mijen Gonzalez Whippler. And I have a few of her books, and I was really working it according to her system. I was envisioning Gabriel with his colors, which are blue and orange. And I was doing this massive, intense prayer, ridding myself basically of this bad energy, and praying to Gabriel like you wouldn't believe, like this intense focused concentration. And then I went outside to my car to go drive across town to pick up my son from his preschool. And walking down my street, I saw a guy with long, bright cobalt blue hair, which you rarely see because I live in this uber conservative area for LA. I was like, whoa, that's cool. And then I was driving, and there's a woman with this cobalt blue skirt, like just shoom, like so super blue. You couldn't help but notice it, and that was interesting. Then on the radio at the time, I was listening to the classical music station, and it was the piece about Gabriel's trumpets. So it's like 3, bam, 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 like major signs like that. And from then on, like I definitely notice, like when you call them, you pray to them, you'll see sign after sign after sign. You call Michael, you'll see Michael signs. I'm wearing my Michael necklace right now from Sacré-Cœur in Paris, and you call in Raphael, you'll meet people with the angel names. I talked about this a while ago in one of my email blasts, but I was at the park with my son after school, and lo and behold, there's this little baby that's all into his soccer ball and wanted to play, and I just happened to ask, and the baby was like following us around, like the baby was not going anywhere, and I asked the mom what his name was, and it was Uriel, which is like, how many Uriels do you know in this world? Like, I don't know any. I've never heard anybody with that name, but it was like Archangel Uriel, like right there for reals. I actually confirmed it. I'm like, Uriel? She's like, yeah. Like the angel? Yeah, which was awesome. When I was working with Raphael a few years ago, I met people named Raphael, which was cool. The angels do that. Like they just come through so powerfully. One of my favorite stories I like to talk about with my personal experience with angels is when my son was born, and I was in the delivery room. I got like the best room that I'd wanted when we did the little Cedars tour. Beautiful room with big windows, and I called all the angels in. Some of my psychic friends, I love saying that, it's all Psychic Friends Network, but my psychic friends say that angels are around hospitals a lot. They're just, because it's people praying, people in need, calling on angels. They're there. Anyway, I called the angels into the room, and I could feel a shift. I'm very attuned to this sort of thing, but I felt a shift in the presence, and I just had them all there, and the delivery was so easy and amazing. I did that for a friend when she was giving birth. I was in another state, and she told me she was like going into labor, and I called the angels in for her, and she had a very easy labor and delivery too. But just so you know, if you're in a hospital or a scary medical situation, angels are always around to help. I remember getting a crown on one of these teeth. I have 2 crowns, but not the kind you wear on your head. I was getting crowned, and like that's pretty awful, like all the drilling and stuff, so I just recited the angel names like over and over, and I put myself into this like meditative state of just like calling on them, and I felt calm, and the procedure went well. It got me through it. I've had other angel experiences. I'm trying to just think. I didn't write it all out on a little card like you're supposed to for these videos, because I was all dealing with the plumbing situation. Let's see what else. Oh, there is one more thing I want to tell you, which is so cool if you're clairvoyant and into the whole psychic development thing. One of my early clairvoyant students was in Slovenia, and so you can do energy work like anywhere. So it didn't matter that she was in another country, and we were working over the phone. We just connected in, and I was training her to do the whole psychic clairvoyant thing. And I didn't know anything about what she did for a living, but when I tuned into her, I saw these most beautiful colors, like pinks and yellows and lavenders and golds, and like just gorgeous, gorgeous colors, and they were so pretty. And I just had to tell her, and she laughed and she said, when we're done, look at my website. Here's my website, and this is what I do. And she's an angel therapy practitioner in Slovenia, and all those colors are on her website. So that was really awesome. If you tune into that and you work with them, you'll start to see and feel them around your aura. And I just remembered one other angel experience that I had this year. I've been working on healing my heart. It was brought to my attention by the energies that I work with that I do need to work on my heart. There's been a lot of heartache and heartbreak and pain and tragedy in my life that I'm working to heal, but my heart has been affected. Heart chakra, heart. And so I was meditating and working on healing that. And when I go to these higher realms to do the channeling work that I do, I work with the Ascended Masters. And then sometimes I go up and then the angels are there, or sometimes they integrate in and I talk to them. And I have talked to and dialogued with angels and seen them from up in these realms. So that's a whole other thing. But I was doing this healing and all of a sudden I was just surrounded by pink. All this pink light, pink energy all around my heart. And it was Archangel Chamuel. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that, but it was Chamuel. And I could just feel that presence and that healing energy. So that was beautiful. So that's those are the hallmark experiences I've had with angels. If you want to connect with them, all you have to know first and foremost is they're so easy to connect with, and they are real without a doubt. I've heard so many amazing stories about angels being able to materialize and help people. It's like miracles, really. That's all I can say. So they can come into the flesh. I would love for that to happen someday. I just don't want it to be through tragedy. I just want to be like, oh, hi, there's the angel. And it has happened to people. And you'll if you perk your ears up and you look for the stories, they'll bring you the stories too. That's the kind of frequency that they're on. When you tune in, they appear, and they will love to give you signs like names of people, songs on the radio, or even in your feed, or whatever you're listening to, or iTunes, or whatever it is. They'll give you messages. There'll be license plates, numbers, your 444s, 555s, not 666. I'm making myself laugh. I think I'm still giddy from finding this ring because that was a major feat. I'm like, oh, Wonder Woman with the pipes. But yeah, just if you do have experiences with angels, I would love to hear it because I love to hear this kind of thing. So please email me at ask@krishanti.com and tell me, or put it in the comments below. We can start a whole angel dialogue. I think they love it when we honor and respect them and when we tune into them, because they're bearers and bringers of light, and they're helping to raise the frequency on earth and lift our vibration and fight the battle of good versus evil and all that stuff. So that about sums it up. Sorry for talking so fast. Thanks for watching. And for more info, I have meditations and MP3s, and you can work with me. It's all on my website, Krishanti.com. One more thing before I go. If there are things that you're keen on hearing about, or things you want me to talk about, please feel free to put it in the comments or email me, and I'd be happy to address it. It's ask@krishanti.com. That's all for today. I'm going to go celebrate finding my earring by telling everyone I know. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.